Hey, hi, hello, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Jess. I'm stressed. I don't know when this video is going up. Life has been lifing. Of course, this battery is gonna die. It said it had more. This is why I haven't been filming. Hello, I'm going through it. I'm here for an unhaul. I have books here, I have books in front of me to unhaul. Now, some of these have been in my garage for a long time. I don't remember the last unhaul that I did or what was included, so you probably don't remember either. So if some of these were in the last one, no, they weren't. Anyway, obviously unhaul is books I'm getting rid of. Like I said, I had some that were a tote that was in my garage for a while. I just filled a new tote bag. And then I'm doing a sprint right now and I got some recommendations. I basically asked people to pick a color and I tried to look into the color and find, and that's where these top 4 come from, to unhaul some more. And then I had a couple extra ones. So some of these I may have more things to say about than others, but yeah, most of them, I mean, some of them I'll put up on my Pango. I can link below if you are interested in any of them. They're not all gonna go up on Pango, but I'll put some of them up, and then some might just end up being donated, you know? If anyone knows a good place, like the best website to sell Funko Pops, please let me know. Okay, since these are up here, we'll start here. So I have Love in the Brain, Ali Hazelwood. I think one of my most viewed videos is my rant about The Love Hypothesis, which I think was Ali Hazelwood's first book, which I did not like at all. I gave her another chance. I think this was part of like a second chance vlog or something a while ago. And I did like this one pretty much. I think I gave it like a 3.5, 3.75. And I've just kept it, and it takes a lot for me to reread a romance novel, so this is just one that I'm not gonna keep. And it was one of the ones that if you were on my sprints and you recommended pink, Paco recommended pink first, I pulled this one off. So yeah, again, I liked this one, but I don't have a need to keep it. Then this one is The Air He Breathes by Brittany Cherry. This was in a reading vlog. If I have any of these videos I can link them, but this was in a reading vlog and I did enjoy this. It read really like a really good Lifetime movie to me, very dramatic romance, some harder topics, like they're dealing with a lot of loss, grief. So if that's not your jam, this wouldn't be for you, but this is good. I did enjoy it, but again, not something I need to reread. I would read more from this author, but I don't need to keep it. What is this? The Shadow Cabinet by Juno Dawson. I have 2 other copies of this. I think what happened is I was waiting for like a Fairy Loot copy, but I think I also got a Waterstones copy. I don't know, child. I have too many. I don't need 3. I don't need this paperback. This one can go. I have 2 of the hardcovers. And no, I have not read this. I loved Her Majesty's Royal Coven, and this is the second one. And then there's also like a novella, Queen Bee. I have not gotten to them. I loved Her Majesty's Royal Coven, and when this came out, I was just really slumpy. So I'm gonna get to this eventually. Really, really interested though to see where it goes. So again, don't need 3 copies, so I'm gonna let that one go. And the hardest one of this pile that was viewer's choice by color is this copy of Alone with You in the Ether by Olivia Blake. I haven't read this, but I have 2 copies. This is the Waterstones edition, and this is the Fairy Loot in black and gold. And I asked everyone's opinion, and they said they like the black and gold one more, so I'm gonna let go of this one. Alyssa, if you're watching, don't need your opinion. I, again, have not read this. I've only read one Olivia Blake, and I have a lot of her books on my shelf. But again, this is still a beautiful, it's like the golden honeycombs. The black one does have a design on the naked hardcover though. This one's just plain. But yeah, didn't need 2 copies of that, but I couldn't figure it out, so they helped me decide. So this one will definitely go up on Pango. Some more I have here. I tried the first one in this series, which is probably in one of these bags. I think I DNF'd it like 70% through because I didn't care. And then I did a chapter to try this one to see if maybe the writing improved or maybe I would care more, but I don't think this author is for me. It's really cute art. Love that it's sapphic, cozy fantasy, but I'm starting to think cozy fantasy is maybe not my jam. I don't know. And if it is, I really have to vibe with the characters, and I haven't found that in this. So I have this one, orange sprayed edges. I also have the first one, green sprayed edges. It makes me really sad, but it's just not, it didn't work for me. I also got this, I think when I went to Comic-Con in 2023, I think it was just, yeah, this was an ARC, a free one, and I think it's like a YA sci-fi romance. It's just not something high on my priority list, and if someone is like, ooh, you should read it, then I can get it from the library, but I just like don't need to keep it. I don't know much about it. That's really all I got. Now this one, it makes me sad because it's so beautiful. I think this was from, what's that called? The Broken Binding. So this is The Sun in the Void by Gabriela Romero La Cruz. And I feel terrible because I have not read, look how beautiful this is. I have not read this. But I just heard mixed reviews. I did not hear mixed reviews. I didn't hear good things about this as a fantasy book. And it's like, not that I'll never read it, but I don't need this edition. And I hadn't canceled my, was this in a subscription or did I buy it? Who knows? It is numbered out of 500 and signed. So it is really pretty and it'll be on Pango if you want it. But like, I just didn't hear good things about this story. It makes me sad because I think this was it Venezuelan? It was like a South American country influenced fantasy. Again, I still may give it a read myself, but this wasn't one I felt I needed to hang on to. I have too many, I don't know why. I think Tor messed something up and they sent me like multiple copies of When Among Crows. I can't remember if I read this one or not. It's by Veronica Roth. I had another one. She had another one that was like, looked very similar to this. And I don't remember if I read that one or if I read this one. I think this is a retelling, kind of. This says, When Among Crows is swift, striking, drawing from deep well of Slavic folklore. This says something, Demeter. Child, I don't know. I can't remember if I read this or not, but I have two of them and I'm like, I don't need that. Oh, look, here it is. Can't spell treason without T. So sad, so cute, floppy, paperback, sapphic. You know, it's for some people, it's not for me. Another Fairy Loot book. And I haven't read this one and I don't know if I want to. I've read some of Cassandra Clare and enjoyed some of it, haven't enjoyed some others, but this is Swordcatcher. I really despise that this is the cover. Like this is the dust jacket. I really do like these sprayed pages, but I think the naked cover is way better. It's like you have the art on the inside. Why do I need them on the cover of the book? But like that's way better. But it's just one that I was like, and it came in Fairy Loot, you know, Fairy Loot stingy with their skips. So it is signed. Is it signed? So it is on Pango if you want it. And it's something maybe I will read eventually. I just don't need this copy. It's got this art on it. Because I still, and I don't know if this falls into her Shadowhunter verse, but I still haven't finished the Dark Artifices and even gotten to the chains of gold or something. So this is just not high on my priority list. And again, this cover is not doing it for me. I have a nonfiction book in this pile. This makes me really sad, Living Resistance. And this is an Indigenous vision for seeking wholeness every day. It just, like, I read it. It just felt, oh, knot is upside down, child. Let me correct it. Anyway, it's a very good entry level book if you want to read something about by an Indigenous author, about ways of creating community. I just didn't get a lot from it. There were little bits of things. I have some tabs in here I need to remove, but it wasn't offering me a lot of insight. I feel like I had gotten it from other texts I had read. And so I think, again, this is a really good entry level nonfiction book. This one makes me really sad because the title, also I do love the cover, but the title was so great. It was Murder Your Employer, the McMaster's Guide to Homicide. And I ended up DNFing this one because I was reading it and I just found myself like not caring. I don't know what I thought it was going to be, but the way the story was playing out, I don't really remember. I think I was reading this for a vlog. It might have only been for Patreon, I'm not sure. But it just wasn't reading the synopsis and the title, what I thought I was going to get out of the story. So it did work for me. There were some people who really enjoyed it, but not I. And last on this pile up here is Lost Gods by Brahm. Very interesting size book. I purchased this as a blind date with a book, and it was in my Read It or Unhaul It video. And I, again, was another one where I felt like there was almost too much plot going on, but that like I didn't care enough about the characters to care what happened in the story. And like there's some really cool art in here. And it's like a cool premise about this guy who gets killed and leaves behind his girlfriend who's pregnant, but he's like basically going through hell or the underworld to try to find somebody to try to get back to the world of the living. So I was like, okay, that's interesting. But the main guy we're following, didn't care about him. So this just wasn't working for me. If I had been more invested in the main character, I definitely would have finished, because I think, again, it's an interesting premise, and there was, I felt like the world building was really good. I felt very vivid, but again, I'm very character driven, so I didn't care, and I still had like half to go, and I was like, why? You know, life's too short. What else do we have? More from Read It or Unhaul It, and I'm unhauling them. Into the Drowning Deep by Mira Grant, also known as Shauna Maguire. I thought this started off really great and then kind of petered out for me. I wanted more. This is basically like there's killer mermaids, and there was like a spoof documentary made about it, but like, okay, but are they real? And then now these years later, they're going back out again to see if they're actually real. And I really just wanted more killer mermaids and less about like the people. And I just felt like it was really peopling. And I was like, but let's get to the killer mermaids. You know what I'm saying? This one, another blind date with a book. Blind date with a book. And it's called Dinosaurs, a Novel. I really still don't understand why it's called Dinosaurs. I had never heard of this author. It was really short though. It's about this man who basically, he goes through a breakup. Was he living in New York, and he like walks to Arizona and starts over this new life and like builds this relationship with the family next door. Yeah. So I don't really have much to say about that one. It's fine. Again, this is another reading vlog. Oh, I think other books, I think I read it in the same as The Air He Reads, Done and Dusted. I'm sure y'all have heard me talk multiple times about how this book pissed me off because he spit whiskey into her mouth, and I will never forgive the author for that. But yeah, I love the setting of this, but I did not love this book, and then I tried to read the second one and I DNF'd that one. So some people love these by Lila Sage. No, thank you. Hated this. Hated this. You know what? I was like, oh, look at that. Tabs. I was tabbing this to do like a rant review about it, and I was gonna push through, and I DNF'd because I thought this was terrible. I hated it. I probably ranted about it in a wrap up or something, but I thought this was stupid. These are like two serial killers apparently. They kill bad people and then they like fall in love. But I thought it was dumb, and he felt very immature, and so did she, and their relationship did not feel authentic to me. And that's keeping it very nice. No thanks. I ranted about this last year. My Killer Vacation by Tessa Bailey. This is horrible. There's a video about me ranting about this. This is horrific, cringy. Really, I really hated that. I really did. This one, I don't remember why I put this one in this pile. This is Careless Whispers by Cynthia Williams. I don't know why this was in this pile. I might take it out. I remember buying this. I don't remember reading much of it. Maybe I'll keep this one. I'm gonna put that one over there. Then I just have a bunch of random old books that were on my shelf that have to go, that might have been in another video, but no, they weren't. The Secret Life of Bees, read it, it was good. I'm not gonna reread it. The Help, I know, controversial. I liked the book, I liked the movie, but I know, and again, don't need to keep it. These Dan Brown books, sorry Olivia, if you're watching, I told myself, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna read them. Because I owned the Da Vinci Code for like so long. And of course I watched the movie and I never read it. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna read these. And if I do, I can get them from the library, but I don't need them. And they're just old paper, what are these called? Mass market paperback. Mass market paperbacks. And I just don't see myself reading them anytime. The Secret History, I tried to read this book like 3 or 4 times. tried the audio. It's horrendous, and I think I've just given up. I kept trying to read it so I could say, like, I had read the book that everyone deems the pinnacle of dark academia, but no. I got this arc that sounded interesting, like the world is taking over, or like, let's see, the world ends as we know it. There's an attack that unleashes a bomb that I heard some things about the author. Do I remember? No. But I don't know. I haven't really heard about this book, so it's not something that's been like, ooh, I really want to read it. Again, a library, and that's an arc, so somebody can get it for free. This was also an arc. This was a good YA thriller. Was it just called Thin Air? Like a little murder mystery that happens on a plane. I had a good time with that. Someone had to do it. Did I finish? I did finish this one. This was another like young adult, I think. Or was it adult? Mystery, thriller. Again, some of these arcs just need to be donated. Like I read them, enjoyed them, but I don't need to keep them. With this one, Ruby Ramos's Recipe for Success. Super cute. Made me very hungry when I read this one. This arc of The Last Widow by Karen Slaughter. I read all of Karen Slaughter, but I don't need the arc of this. And A Master of Gin, which I feel like I DNF'd. I feel like I DNF'd this, and that makes me sad because I love the 2 novellas that came in this series. I don't remember. My memory is bad. I might keep this. This way, I just be putting books down, and sometimes I'm like, what are you doing over there? Get out of this bag. So yeah, maybe I'll keep that one. Wow, that was such a fast unhaul. I thought I was talking too long. I thought we were at 27 minutes. It says we're only at 17 minutes. So yeah, a lot of these will just be donated, and then a couple of them will go on to Panko if you would like to go look over there and purchase them. Cool beans, but it'll be... I want to make it a point to get them out of my house. Like, I need to take the donation ones this week and then list the other ones on Pango. I want them out. Get out! Get out! Sorry. I don't know where that came from, but it came from somewhere. She's mad at my house. I'm just trying to declutter. And again, if you know a good place to sell Funko Pops, please let me know because I have a lot that I would like to sell. Some of them might, yeah, I just need to get rid of them. I don't want to throw them in the trash. You know what I'm saying? Here's the decluttering and decluttering our space, decluttering our mind. So yeah, I don't know what to ask any of you, but if you saw any of your favorites in the unhaul, sorry not sorry. And again, I'll link my Pango. I hope life is not lifing as hard for you, although I know worldwide we are going through it. We are going through it. There's so much going on all the time. There's so much going on. So I hope you are taking care of yourself as best you can because that's really all we can do. So I hope that you can find some rest and peaceful moments to pursue your hobbies, read a good book, knit a sweater, play The Sims, bake a cake, whatever that is, right? You gotta take care of yourself because this world will not take care of you. So that is all. Thanks for watching. Stay blessed, hydrated, moisturize, and sunscreen. I'll see you in my next one. Bye. Whoa, 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 the rain didn't mean a thing. Whoa, 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 whoa.